Hi there. I'm Tirsi, and I want to take a moment and welcome you to the Unreasonably Grateful podcast. So every week I climb up those stairs to the barn and I sit here and I let my heart break open. And it's my hope that some of the wisdom that's grown through my now 38-year journey of recovery from dealing with 20 years of addiction, in my case, an eating disorder, trickle out. I know that we all learn from one another's stories. So it's always my hope that I'll share something from my own story that'll impact or make a difference for you. And perhaps, I don't know, give you a little bit more wiggle room, a little bit more freedom on your own journey and help you progress along your pathway. So I want to thank you for being here every week. I know that there are new people who join us, and there's some of you who have been with me now for all 153 episodes. And I thank you. I thank you for sharing your journey with me. And I thank you for being a part of my journey. So, right now we're in a series where I'm actually reading a story from my recently published book by the same name, Unreasonably Grateful. The byline is Living in Grace by Choice. And just a reminder, gratitude is actually a place that we come from, not a place that we attempt to try to get to. We can actually come from that state of gratitude or grace or graciousness. So, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. Okay. Today's story is called Mysteries. And it's just a reminder that there are events and people and things in life that I think are meant to be a mystery and not to be all figured out and something that we try to make sense out of. This particular story, if you're following around, I've labeled it 1968 for the date. It's page 36, chapter 19. All right, here you go. One of the memories that sticks with me the most when I remember my time in the military hospital is a civilian man in a poncho coming in to see me. He shared that he was a psychologist or psychiatrist. I didn't know the difference, and I can't remember anyway. He asked me questions about my life. He seemed genuinely interested, and he was warm and kind to me. I liked him, and I hoped that I'd see him again. He never came back, and no one ever mentioned him. The message at the bottom of this chapter says, some people come into our lives briefly, and yet we are never the same again. So again, I think this story from my life just reminds me that there are things in life that I believe are designed and they're even intended to be mysteries. They're not meant for us to toss around in our minds and try to either put into some logical explanation or make sense of based on what we've previously known, but they're intended to just be a mystery. And perhaps there are pieces of that mystery that unfold over time. And we begin to see something about it that shows up perhaps in different ways at different times. And that curiosity, that state that's much like a child, that curious sense of wonder, that living in the mysterious or living with the mystery supports, I believe, is a valuable and an important part of the healing journey or the journey to wholeness. So this week, I encourage you, see if you can't let some of the events or some of the people in your life simply remain a mystery, and don't try to legitimize it or make sense of it or figure it out. Just let it stay in that mysterious state and support you in kind of embracing that sense of wonder and curiosity. Okay? So, as always, if you think that this podcast or the book is helpful to you, great, share it with somebody. Remembering that whenever you're an invitation, you're an opening that says, who I am is love, and I am here to serve you. And that's it. No expectation, no fixing, changing, just loving. All right. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next week.